Okay, everyone, we are taking a first look at R-Type Final 2. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch. Keep in mind, this is a review copy provided by the publisher NIS. This came out like a week ago, week and a half ago. This ain't gonna be really my traditional first look, because I've been playing this off stream. I'm sorry, okay? I'm a massive R-Type fan. The game's not really that long. There's not that much that gotta be spoiled. I was just like, I need to know some stuff. Being a crazy R-Type fan. So I've been playing this for a couple of days. Um, so we'll go over everything. All right, where do we start? If you don't know what R-Type is a shmup or shoot 'em up. Originally came out in arcades, and then around the NES era, it got ported everywhere. There was like ports on the Super Nintendo. Like Super Nintendo, we had Super R-Type and R-Type 3, and it got ported to the Game Boy and the Master System, and everywhere. So we got R-Type 1 and 2 in the arcades. R-Type Leo is another side thing. So we got R-Type 1 or 2 in the arcades, and that got various ports to home systems around the Super Nintendo era. Then we got the exclusive R-Type 3, which was on Super Nintendo. Then they totally changed what they were doing. They started going like 3D and polygon graphics. So we got the phenomenal R-Type Delta. That was a PS1 game. Some people say that might be one of the best games in the series. Then we got R-Type Final 2 on the PlayStation 2, and that's it. We all know what happened to Irem, however you want to pronounce it. They like went under, and so we haven't had a shooting game for like what sorry, R-Type game for like what, 18 years. We've had like collections, right, of like the first games that have come out, not collections like of every single game or anything, like only the one the first and the second game that's on Switch also. But yeah, nothing since then. So everybody's like super hyped for this, because this is like the first official R-Type game in something like 18 years, maybe 15 years at least, around there. So if you don't know what shoot 'em up is, if you don't know what R-Type is, this is a side-scrolling shooter. This is not a vertical shooter, horizontal shooter. All right. Yes. Okay. And I know it says R-Type Delta 2 there, and you're like, wait, he said he was playing Final 2. I'll go over that. So there was a demo of this that came out a couple of weeks ago. So if you are interested, go check out that demo. It's on Xbox, is on PlayStation, and is on Switch. Actually, it might even be on Steam. How this game started, it was originally a Kickstarter a couple of years ago. We'll probably go over all of that as well. There's a long story behind that. After the Kickstarter was successful, NIS America picked it up, and now they're handling the publishing of it. If you backed it through Kickstarter, Granzilla, that's the publisher, they're handling all that Kickstarter side, because there was extra bonuses if you got a Kickstarter. If you sponsored it through Kickstarter, is that right word? Sponsored it, backed it through Kickstarter. And if you're just gonna go out and buy it, you can. NIS is publishing it. So if we go into the special section, and you go Team R-Type 2 Final, this is somewhere where the backer stuff is like you can enter like special codes to get some of your rewards. That's all. Like most people who play this, they're not going to be aware of any of this. Backers who assisted with making R-Type Final 2 Reality can unlock their perks here, and it's like original takeoff sequence, exclusive decals, backer exclusive missile waves, cannons, backer exclusive aircraft, stuff like that. The only other backer thing is, so this game's out. This game also has day one DLC. I'm gonna side eye that a little bit here. So on Steam, when you buy the game, you can buy a season pass, and there's gonna be free individual DLC packs. The DLC packs are homage levels, so they're gonna be like, remember I was saying there's R-Type 1, 2, 3, R-Type Final 1, R-Type Delta. Those are gonna be reimaginings of those levels in this engine, and that's what those DLCs are. If you back the game through Kickstarter, you get the first DLC pack or you get the season pass. And I heard there's been some trouble with them getting the codes out and everything, because obviously they made this during COVID and everything. I think this might have got delayed, so there has been a few bugs with the game. We will talk about that as well. So if you're a Kickstarter backer, I know there's been a lot of people through Kickstarter saying, well, you know, how the Kickstarter was handled and everything. Like, people are still struggling to get their codes and everything. And I heard that they're working on it to ship them out. And some people have got their codes for the base game, but haven't got the codes for the DLC. The DLC isn't even out yet on Switch. It's only out on, so you can't even purchase it. It's out on Steam. I think they just dropped it on Xbox, and I don't think it's on PS4 yet. It should be coming in the next couple of days. All right, so we'll do a quick game, and we'll talk over everything. There's probably, I want to do a highlight of something. Maybe it's gonna be a short video that goes up on YouTube and a longer video up on Twitch. I don't know how many people are gonna sit through like 2 hours of talking about R-Type, but so like the basis of it is, so this follows a lot from the formula of R-Type Final 1, where you have many ships you can unlock. It's just not your one standard ship. So, you know, if you don't know what Shemite pick, okay. First thing we're gonna talk about here is the difficulty is like this is borderline toxic masculinity, the way they named this. So first of all, the default difficulty is normal. I think they've labeled these totally wrong. Kids should be the default difficulty, and then it should be so it should be easy, normal, hard, extra hard, maybe R-Type, right? So, but I'm gonna be a little bit critical here, and I'm gonna say the way they've named it is one is hella toxic, but two, like, you could, if you want to go 200 IQ is like, maybe they've labeled it like this so they force people to play in the higher difficulty, so therefore they can prolong the length of the game. Prolong on the length of the game, because at the end of the day, it's a shmup, and most of these shmups are 5 or 7 levels, and how much like replay value can you get out of it? So that's the first problem with this. And second is the checkpoint system in this game is broken at the moment. They have said they're working on the game and they want to constantly support it with DLC and everything, so because the devs have come out and said, oh, you know, this is our dream project and we would love to make this like a platform where we continue to support it for years. So if that's their thinking, then obviously you would think they're going to work on it, right? But the issue is, like, you could play on normal difficulty. The problem is the checkpoint. I'm gonna play on practice first, because practice always spawns you with a helper, because I want to talk and play. Then we'll go over the other difficulty stuff. The checkpoint system is a bit broken here, where if you die at certain points in the level, it could checkpoint you and respawn you, but the respawns positions are very bad. So if you're playing on higher difficulties, it's all about having your helper, that thing that I just shot out there. And if it spawns you in a certain place mid-level where you can't get another helper or power up that helper enough, you're literally like stuck and there's nothing you can do. On the easier difficulties, like easy and on kids and practice, you're fine. You can shoot your way out of it. On anything on normal and above, you're probably going to keep losing until you get game over, because it gets that frustrating. So I think they need to rebalance the checkpointing system. I'm not saying they shouldn't have it there. They should have it there. But like the position of where it is needs to change as well. Like maybe give us an option of, rather than continuing from the checkpoint, give us an option where we could say, oh, restart level. So that's like, so there's definitely balancing issues with this at the moment. So I was playing on normal for about 4 days, and even as a super R-Type fan, like after 4 days, I was like, you know what? And I had only got to the 3rd level after putting like 8 hours in that. I was like, you know what? I am really enjoying this. Like, I was scratching my head at a point, and I was like, am I just getting like old and I can't handle this no more? And then I dropped it to easy, and I was like, oh, I'm enjoying this so much more. And I was like, oh, you know what? It needs work. And I checked around on the internet, and people were saying the same thing. I was like, oh, am I just like, my skills are lacking these days? But no, that does need work. Anyway, so that's the difficulty and the checkpoint system out the way. If we just talk about, so a shooter, this is your main ship. You know, like with any other shooter, shoot everything that comes, don't die. The difference with R-Type is, if you've never, because again, we haven't had an R-Type game for what, 18 years, so you might not know. See that this ball in front of me? That's like your helper. I call it a helper, and they call it force. When you collect power-ups, you get that, and then you can level it up to a certain amount. Like, you collect 3 power-ups, and it will go to its highest difficulty and its highest strength. And then depending on what color of power-up you get, you get like different abilities for your force. So I collected a blue one there. I got lasers here. If I collect this red one here, then it has this. And if you look at the bottom left-hand side, you see where it says Dosa. That is well, that's dead. That's what that is. I was trying to collect those items to build it up. If things hit your helper, that builds it up, and once that builds up to 100%, you can unleash like a big bomb. So they're borrowing that from like the R-Type Delta series. I should say some of the developers and producers who worked on Final and Delta 1 are actually part of the development team who's been working on this. Hold on, I just wanna, so see when that goes to 100, if I'll purposely do my bomb here. So yeah, there's like about 3 or 4 different color power-ups you can do. Certain power-ups you can only get on certain levels. I'm just gonna use my bomb here. See when my dose, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, meter drains then. And your final is you have a charge shot. So I'm holding down the charge shot, and once I release it, certain ships have like a couple of level of charge shots, and the charge shots can be different. Another thing with your helper is you can control it basically to a certain extent. Like you can force it to stick on your ship. Hold on, let me go to the next level. You can force it to stick on your ship, or you can shoot it out so it like roams around freely. You have the B button on the Switch controller. So if you press it again, it sucks into you, and while it's sucking into you, you can use it as like a shield kind of, and then if you can throw it out and make it go free roam. There's gonna be a lot of ums in this video. There's so much to talk about in the beginning. I'm assuming everybody knows what R-Type is, so it's gonna be redundant, but you know, if you have it on you, then it fires its ability depending on what color power-up you've picked up. But if you release it, then it just fires out normal bullets. So here, for example, it's just firing out normal bullets, and when I collect it, it's doing lasers. Here's a yellow power-up that you only see on certain levels. I like to call it the carpet ability. This is kind of like a carpet. Don't judge me. These are the weird terms I made up when I was a kid, okay? When I was playing R-Type on the game, I was like, oh, I want the carpet ability. It's so good for the plane level, the ship level. So, all right, that's everything of the basics. So yeah, certain ships have charge abilities like to charge up to level 2. Certain ability for their charge shot. Certain abilities have ships have abilities to charge up to level 3. And I'm using one of the later ships here. So if you're watching this, is like, oh, this is like when you start the game, you only have 3 basic ships. And what changes with your ships? Okay, so the things that change with your ships are, 1, the look and the design of the ships. 2, the more important stuff is like your helper or your force part. It has different abilities, like different shooting patterns, and your missiles can change also, so you can have homing missiles or non-homing missiles. And finally, your charge shot changes, like the pattern of your charge shot, or like what kind of beam it shoots out for your charge shot. So you can have a different helper that does different shooting. So most of it is just like different shooting patterns. That's the best way to think of it. So there's like 99 ships in the game. That's something they borrowed off of R-Type Final 1. And you go through and you can unlock those ships. And like that's where the replay challenge comes from. So I'm just gonna let's play to level 2 here, because a lot of people probably haven't seen level 2 because level 1 was in that demo. So like, yeah, that's like the basics. That's like the basic crux of the game. And the replay, again, it is a shmup, so it's not gonna have a crazy amount of levels. This has like 7 levels, and it has alternate paths. When you get to level 5, it's got a branching structure. So in total, it actually has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 levels. Hold on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, in total, the base game has 11 levels. Because on level 5 you have branching paths. Here's a funny story. So when I initially played the game for the first time, one I was frustrated with the difficulty level because I was playing on a higher difficulty until I finally gave up. And the second thing was, my first time through the game, I actually got the bad ending, air quotes. I got to level 7 too, and I was actually really mad. I was like, well, you know what? I'm not impressed with this game at all, because level 7-1 and level 6-1 and 7, sorry, level 6-2 and 7-2 graphically ain't great. So I was, still in that reviewer mindset of, okay, I gotta make a video about this. I've got to give my opinions on this. And also I'm an R-Type fanboy and a half. So I've got to be, like figure out how to put this into words. I was like borderline gonna throw my controller and I was like, wait, what? This is why I waited 18 years for? I put the game down for a few days. And then I was like, wait, what was the .1 stuff? Maybe it's got branching paths, whatever. So I came back to it, and my second playthrough, I lowered the difficulty, which made it so much more enjoyable for me. And secondly, I went through the right path, and then I found the level 6 and level 7. I think level 6 and 7 may be the best levels in the game. Also, level 7, they do something that we really haven't seen in R-Type before. So that's how impressed I was with level 7. And I totally changed my opinion on the game. I was like, oh, I got a bad ending. That's why I was mad. So, I started, like, learn the difficulty and find the correct ending. Really helped. So once you complete each level, you get some money. That's your R. And then you see the blue, green, and red. That's like your currency that you need to unlock new ships. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's just see a little bit of this level. Actually, no, we're not gonna see this level. Let me quit out the game. That's like the current. So every time you beat the game, depending on the difficulty, whatever, we haven't the community's still trying to figure out. We haven't really figured out like how you fully collect it. Like maybe higher difficulty, you get more of that stuff. But once you get more of that currency, you use that currency to unlock ships. So let's go through some of the stuff here in the menu. So you can start your game, pick your difficulty, and then you just play through. You got stage and score attack. You will unlock this after you complete the game. After every level you complete, you unlock this. And then if you go down, see, you can still see some of the branching paths that I haven't unlocked. So you can just play every level individually, pick your difficulty. I'm honestly, because the score attack system is like, there's not like a global leaderboard, so like points don't really matter in that regard. So I'm more using the levels of, oh, I can only get the carpet ability. We're gonna stick with that name, don't judge me. I can only get the carpet ability at the beginning on level 2, so I use level 2 to test my ships. So that's what score attack is. Then you got data and gallery. We're going to the museum is where you unlock your ships. We're going to that last. You got your pilot's war record. Sorry, there's so much to go over here. Let me just we'll get to the other stuff. Just want to go over everything. So your pilot's war record is kind of a new thing here as well. It's like you know how you see in like Call of Duty and you see on the Street Fighters and everything, where you kind of show off your emblems and like your points and everything is kind of like that. Also, you can like take pictures here. Like you can change what ship is in the background. You can change what your avatar is wearing. You could change what poses they are in. So if I go edit pilot here, I can like edit my pilot suit and what they're wearing. If I go here, like change what they're wearing, change the like helmets, and that currency that you unlock, or like change the poses that they do, and then you can take pictures. And then like here, like change what ship is in the background, like things like that, and then take pictures just for like fun. Maybe you buy that Pokemon Snap camera and then you can print the pictures. Yes, let's go, Nintendo. Send me that camera. So like that's what's in your pilot and war records. Then you got Bido Lab, which is it's just like is like pictures. So like just different artwork you can see, not like crazy story stuff behind it. That's what's in Bido Lab. Oh, sorry, that's like in the game enemy like artwork. Then you got like artwork that you can unlock that, and then like stuff like this. You can set this for your background and your loading screen art as well. Most of these look very cool. Ooh, that's new. Hold on. Oh, actually, I want this as my. Hold on. How do you set load screen. Hold on, no, I want to. Yeah, all right. Actually, we'll set this as load screen. That's fine. I've set this as my load screen art now. And there's more to unlock here. I know they said they're going to continue supporting the game. I wonder if they add more stuff to this section. You got credits. You can play the credits, obviously. Once you are manuals, if you haven't played R-Type and you don't know what R-Type is, it like we're going over the basic instructions that I just told you what your helper does. You got... All right, let's go into shop. So once you get that currency, and then you can buy like all kinds of, there's not a lot here, I'm gonna be honest, but you can buy like different suits, different ships. You can buy different like patterns. That's the other big different thing here, is you can customize your ship with decals. Here's the currency. Like all these currency items right at the end are a one-time purchase, and then you can get currency here, but keep in mind these are one-time. If you go to special, and this is kind of funny and interesting, once you complete the game the first time, you can edit the title. So, you know, I'm such a R-Type Delta fanboy. I called it R-Type Delta 2 because that's what it should have been. No, it shouldn't have been called R-Type Delta 2. But yeah, that's just a little bit fun. Like, I thought maybe it unlocks some, maybe it does. Maybe we discover this in the future, that like naming it a certain thing unlock some secrets or anything. But yeah, you can like fully edit the name of the title. It only shows up on that first screen. So where I was talking, it says R-Type Delta 2. So we did our shop, we did options. I'm gonna quickly talk about options because like I said, this game got delayed because of COVID and everything. It has, we're gonna talk about the performance and the bugs and everything here right now. This is what this section is. So the first bug I found is, see here, the screen brightness doesn't stick on certain levels. If I go super high, then it sticks. But there are certain levels that are way too dark. So I've been trying to like turn this up, but it doesn't. Like I just want to turn it up one, but yeah, it doesn't stick. That's the first bug I've noticed. There's a bug where some of the community have found if you're using a certain ship, the Eclipse, and you get to level 6-1, one of the branching paths, when you get to level 7-1, it crashes. Apparently that bug might be on a few platforms. Obviously they're going to work on this and they're going to sort these little things out. When the game was launched day one, I think it was already on patch 1.2. So we already talked about like the checkpoint system. They need to work on the difficulty balancing. There's a few bugs in the game. Performance wise, the PlayStation version runs the smoothest. The Switch and Xbox versions both have performance issues. A lot of the community is talking about the loading times. I'm gonna be honest with you, the loading times ain't really the issue for me. Like on the Switch, obviously it's on the Switch, and we know it's gonna have performance issues. Like it's clearly not 1080p on the Switch. It has had a resolution downgrade, and it's got frame drops. Unless you're, I'm gonna be honest with you, for me anyway, unless you're A-Bing it side to side, and I did because I got the demo on PlayStation 4 Pro, and so somebody commented on the forums and said, oh, is the Switch version still terrible in the is the level 1 still terrible on Switch like it was in the demo? And I was like, wait, the demo had like bad performance? So when I read that comment, I literally installed it on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and only when I was A-Bing it left and right, I was like, oh wait, shit, there is performance issues here. So this is not me to excuse it to say there's not performance issues. They shouldn't work on it. Absolutely they should. But I'm saying, I think most people won't notice, because you got to remember Final 1 had loads of performance issues. Like, let's not talk about R-Type or Super R-Type on the SNES. I'm saying that isn't the like the loading times ain't the main issue for me. I think like the resolution drop for me is probably the main issue, and the performance drops. And apparently that's on Xbox as well, because the Xbox version just dropped. Some people are saying that's on the Xbox version. So clearly it's not got to do with the Switch's power. Again, COVID, small team, Kickstarter, these are things that they need to work on to like increase performance, and hopefully they can do that. But like that's the most of the stuff I've seen with performance. And like we've just played like 1 or 2 levels. The artwork, I wish they would have gone classic Pixar style. I can understand why they didn't, and they went for this style. Looks wise, I don't know if this is a looker. like I've seen reviews describe the game and the artwork as muddy. I'd probably agree to that. I think all of that though, like the decision comes down to this. If you're an R-Type fan, you're gonna buy this game because you're an R-Type fan, and we haven't had one in 17 years, right? Hands down, we're gonna buy it. If you're a shooter fan, you're probably gonna pick this up as well because there's not a lot of shooters that come out like this no more. Even this side-scrolling style of shooter. Like, it's only like if you're the casual fan, that's why you probably might have to scratch your head and see if this is for you. But for me, like, even with all these issues I'm bringing up, just to be thorough, I would totally 100% pick this up if it was me. Like, it is a bit expensive. My biggest gripe with the game is, though, and now we're going to go into some of the Kickstarter issues. Like, everybody's been talking about their codes have been gone out late. But, you know, this is why I'm not the biggest fan of Kickstarter. So either you find a publisher and publish your game, because they had like 3 Kickstarter campaigns that Granzilla kind of messed up. Like the first 2 didn't work, and then they had to do a 3rd one, and you know, there was complaints about they didn't do a 30-day Kickstarter. It was only like a week, so everybody couldn't support it properly. There's day 1 DLC. The bigger issue is, I think, like I said, you know, I don't think the graphics are all that. I don't think the art, like some of the stages look very bland. I haven't got the DLC and haven't seen it, so I watched a YouTube video of the DLC and my jaw hit the ground. I think the DLC levels, which are homage levels of the older R-Type games, I think they're the best looking levels in the game. This is what kind of makes it annoying for me. I was like, wow, clear, like level 6 and 7 here are the best levels in the game. But the 2 DLC levels, the artwork looks great. There's so much more detail in the artwork. So that's why I'm like, oh my god, really? Come on. So if you're a Kickstarter backer, you get those DLCs for free, which I totally understand. You supported it through Kickstarter. But if you're just like everybody who's watching in my chat, who's going to watch the video on YouTube, like you gotta kind of feel hard done by, right? There definitely is loads of replay value into this game because there's branching paths, there's 7 levels, and there's like 99 ships to unlock. So, and I personally feel it's very fun trying to unlock those ships and seeing what different bullet patterns they have. If you watch that video and you're like, wow, I think the graphics are kind of muddy and I don't think the art style is all that, and then you realize the DLC levels are literally the best levels in the game, kind of maddening, I'm not gonna lie. So I like that. Those DLCs and the season pass isn't even on Switch yet. I would like to know when it does come to the Switch. I would like to know how much they're gonna sell it for, so I can have a better judgment. I mean, if each season pack is like a buck, right? I'm not gonna complain. Probably is like the game's 40. I would assume the season pass is gonna be 15 or 20, and each DLC pack is gonna be 5. I don't know. That's what I just think. So yeah, that's on the performance side. That's on the DLC side. That's my opinions on that there. Let's go into the last main thing that I haven't showed off. This is where like a lot of the replay value comes from, the museum. And I think they've done this very cool. And this is what they borrow off of R-Type Final 1. This is why they call it Final 2. Because if you remember in R-Type Delta, there was 3 ships. And depending on what ship you pick, it will totally change the way you play the game. So if you see in the top right hand corner, it says like 99 ships. I don't even know if you can get every single one yet. There are certain ships that are locked, like where you need to do specific tasks, but then you go to certain ship slots. If you go, it's like this craft requires technology currently being researched by Granzilla Laboratories, so maybe they're going to trickle them out slowly, and I'm not sure how some of these slots work. There were 2 ships that you could only unlock with a password. If you don't want spoilers, cover your ears right now for the next 20 seconds. Like one of the passwords for the ship is Love and Peace, and the other one is Granzilla. They've actually been releasing those passwords slowly on Twitter, so it's not something you find in game or you complete the game and at the end of the credits it gives you the password. You just have to go to Twitter and keep an eye there. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna go about doing this, but it's great though, because this is what gives the game replay values, right? Even with the performance issues, even with I don't think the art style looks that good, whatever. I still love the game. Honestly, my only gripe is the DLC. I think if you're like just a normal person who knew nothing about the Kickstarter, you're like, oh, I'm gonna pick this game up for 40 quid, and then to know, oh wait, it's got day 1 DLC, and the day 1 DLC is probably the best levels in the game. Like if you took, and I understand you giving that free to the Kickstarter backers, but I think those levels, the first set, either work on that after the game's done, But obviously, like, if I'm paying 40, I want those levels now, and they should be part of the game, because already shoot 'em ups are not that long. And yes, this game has replay value because of the ships, but that kind of annoyed me a little bit. So when you start off, you get like free ships. Oh, and so here's what the cool thing is. If I go, you can zoom in and out here to have a like better view of your ships, or you can like go in this view. This is why I say, like, even though I got all these criticisms, as a freaking R-Type fan, I'm not gonna say, oh my god, this is the greatest R-Type game ever made, whatever. I still think Delta is like my favorite. But because I've been starved for R-Type content for so long, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Even though I say, like, you know, if I was gonna score the game, I might give it a 7. But like doing stuff like this and seeing all the ships and you know, unlocking them slowly, it's still been very fun for me, even with the balancing issues, because I haven't done it in 18 years, you know. So I hope they do. If what the dev said is true, they're gonna continue to support this game for a long time. They want to. That'll be cool. And they keep adding more. They keep adding more content to it. That would be even more cool. So how I'm seeing it kind of works is, like this was the Delta ship. Like if it goes in a straight line, the ship is gonna have like a tiny upgrade. Maybe the charge shot is gonna be different. But like all of the helpers in this line were all the same. If it's like a branching path here, most of the time it's a different ship, like a different style totally. And then once you unlock something in the branch, it goes off into another one. You know how that works. So let's see for here. There's certain requirements of it. You got to complete certain levels to unlock certain ships. Like that one, I got to finish path 7-1. So let's go. All right, let's unlock that one there. Let me just make sure. Can I unlock this? No. Yeah, let's unlock this ship here. Currency is you gotta replay it a lot to get that currency. Like once you unlock a ship, then you can register it. I'm just gonna register it here. When you register the ship, there's a way that you go into another menu and you can change the name of it. But I honestly don't like the way they named the ships. Like why not just like each ship has a nickname? Like this one's got the nickname Strider. Why not just like register it as that rather than giving it the R name, whatever? Because it's kind of hard to like remember, like, oh, what is that one again? What is that one again? So I find myself like deleting ships because you can only have 12 there. I think you can only have 12 there. So you got to have your best 12 in there. So let's go out into the main menu. This is like my way of playing it. I don't know how you're going to do it yourselves. I unlock a new ship. I go to score attack. I go to level 2. I put it on the highest, easiest difficulty. Oh, no, I don't want that ship. I go here and then I go, and I try my new ship out. If you go into the story mode, then it gives you the option to edit your ship name, edit like what missiles you want on it, edit the decals and everything. We'll show that right now, and I feel like that will cover everything. So let's have a look at this ship. So first of all, the helper or the force, what you see is like when it's not connected onto you, the biggest problem I see with this one already is that it only fires up and down. It doesn't fire forward and back. But what I'm seeing is crazy on this ship as well that I've unlocked. Wow, look at the missile. Look at it's like a massive bomb, and look at the arc of it. That's so cool. Let's see what the force power is of this ship. Oh, it's got like it's like a wall. Let's see how many times we can charge it. All right, so that's the second charge. Oh, it's got a third charge. So some have 3 stages of charge. I think this ship might be one of the Twitter password ships. So like, look, we've collected the yellow power up here. And what you're going to see is, remember I said it was carpets before? Or I like to call it the carpet power. But because I've changed the ship now, the pattern of even the power-ups totally change. So you see where like the replay value comes on now. Certain ships, if you use on certain levels, it gets like way easier. Like I've discovered ships that you know, I said if you got the helper connected onto you, that's the only way you do the special shots, right? I'm not like depending on the color you choose, there's certain helpers or forces you can get. You don't have to have it connected onto your ship, and it still does the alternate connected onto your ship fire pattern. That makes sense. That makes sense in my head. And I didn't talk about it. Like you got a speed control on your ship as well. You got speed control 1, 2, 3, 4. I most of the time keep it on 4 or 3. But what I'm noticing from this ship is it has a really cool missile. That's like your process of unlocking your ship. Let me go. So let me go start game and let me show you how to edit the ships. I'm gonna answer a few questions from my chat. Also, I apologize. I had to get through everything first. Then I'll answer a few questions and then we'll play a little bit more. And then I don't know how much I'm gonna show off. So see, like you register your ships here, and then once you click on your ship, you can delete it, you can replace it, and then you can customize it here as well. So like you got like basic body color here. You know, let's say we want to make this red, and you can change like the front pod color. And then this is where you remember those decals that you unlock, so you can go if you like your decal design stuff. This is where you know, I can right block, I can pick something here, and you know, I'm all about that. Okay, hold on, can we find anything interesting here? This is something that I unlocked from the, if I put this right here, there you go, and then we go here, then we got lower block. I want to put a heart because we're lovers, not fighters. Short right here. Okay, that's probably not the right place to put happy accident. And wow, that was a terrible place to put heart. Okay, and then you got your missiles here. So like Balmung, this is the first time I've seen this missile. It's probably might be the most powerful missile. Anti-ground missile. Wow, this is all new to me. Let's check out this anti-ground missile here, and then you can change your bits here. So certain ships you can only use certain things. So if I go back out one here and I say pick this ship, I go customize this, and we go missile and bits. Certain missiles and bits are locked to certain ships. That's how they're doing their balancing, right? Like maybe its main force cannon is not as good, but its missile is like very good on this. It's yada yada. So and ships range in all kinds of styles. Like look at this ship. Like what is even this? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna show a few ships off just to show you the kind of differences here. Again, let's quickly go into score attack. Let's go to level 2 score attack. One thing I wish that when it came time to picking your ship, there was like a little video clip or something to remind you of, oh, this is the force power, this is the helper pod that you get with this ship, because it's not always easy to remember. But oh wait, what was the pattern for this ship and what did this one do? It would like make your life a lot easier, because most of the times I'm finding it like I have to literally go in, load the ship, add it to a slot, play a level, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember what pattern this shit was. But if there was like a quick little movie, Franzel, if you're listening, that would be cool. Just like probably increase the file size, whatever, but like, you know, just like a quick little like 10-second movie clip for each ship when you hover over it to say, oh, this is what the pattern on the ship does here. See, so even when the ship is like totally different, even when you collect the laser beams, it does it in like a carpet like fashion. Okay, we're going, just trust my words. Okay, it does like a carpet like fashion. What is the charge shot for this? So yeah, people have been complaining about the load times. Honestly, the load times have been the least of my issues. Oh my god, the bomb on this ship. I unlocked this yesterday. It's so good. The charge shot. Look at this. Hold on. It breaks out into like a lot of. Okay. Did I pick his difficulty? It breaks out into multi little balls. So again, if you're not a shooting fan, you could be like, oh, you could lift your nose up and say, oh, there's only 7 levels, and that's it. And there's some branching paths. Oh, that's not really worth blah blah blah. But like, if you're an R-Type fan, like doing stuff like, you know, unlocking multiple ships and seeing their patterns and going for again, it's been hella fun. It might be hella fun because I haven't done it in like 20 years. We can't even cut this out. This got to be part of the video. This is the struggle. I did that on purpose. I lost so we can go back out and check other ships. You're gonna have to trust me on this. The only thing I don't like about that ship, it's hella ugly. I'm very vain like that. Don't judge me, YouTube and Twitch chat. The ship's ugly. What the? All right, and then let's pick something like I can't remember what any. I know it says on the right hand side. Oh, this one's got the diffuse force. Oh, and the barrier kind of like. I like R-Type. Oh, I had it on R-Typer difficulty. Pfft, okay, that explains everything. It's the hardest difficulty in the game. But see, like the big difference with this ship is, like, look at the charge cannon is totally different here. But the negative for this ship is, like, look at the shoot pattern of the force when it's not connected to you. See how crazy the difficulty gets now? We was playing on practice. It was so much easier. Let me go. Let me try one more ship. And then I'm going to show off one of the later levels. And obviously you get to see the low. But people are saying, oh, well, because you're dying constantly, that constantly waiting, that 10 seconds can build up and get kind of annoying. But sure, the loading time is there. I think the bigger issue. Hold on, let me try to find a. No, hold on. I want to know where the eclipse is. Nuclear. Hold on. Cannon force missile. Cannon X prototype. Oh, this is Eclipse right there. Well, I'm blind. Don't judge me. This is like one of the big other styles of ships. Where the helper changes. I can't remember what I was thinking about now. I can't remember what I was saying now. Making a very... Look at this. Look how cool this is, right? Like, this is one of the best helpers in the game because even when it's like not connected to you, it like homes in and shoots way better. Problem with this ship is though, like the charge shot is not as good. We're not gonna make it. And then when you select laser, it goes into this. Jeez Louise, this difficulty is absolutely insane. The problem is that the difficulty gets higher, but it seems like your oh god, I can't talk. Your base ship just doesn't, the baseline shooting doesn't do enough damage. There's two things that they do to make the game harder. Sure, they chuck more enemies and there's more bullets, but they also give the enemies more health, which I think is very annoying. Usually we're used to in shoot 'em ups that there's just more enemies, but your baseline, like, you know, you can use your baseline ship and your single shot to destroy anything, but if the actual enemies just take more shots to defeat as well, that's what, and then add that onto the checkpointing system is kind of messed up, then it can get very frustrating. So literally, I've been playing it on easy or below to have fun with it, because I think anything normal and above with the way the checkpoint system did right now is borderline broken and is not fun to play. So don't let the toxic masculinity of the naming of what the devs did. This is why I really roll my eyes about, like, why would you name the game like this, the difficulty like this? Because you're forcing people to say, oh, you know, you won't be a real, that, you know, the toxic master stuff, you won't be a real man, you better play on that difficulty. I'm gonna show, let's go here, let's go score attack. So, you know, I don't think they should have named it like that, because you're encouraging people to say, oh, you know, you got to play on the if you want it really this difficult, you got to play on the R-type difficulty. But I'm gonna say to you, I think on the hardest difficulty, the old R-type games wasn't this difficult, so why call that R-type difficulty? You know, let me just quickly show this level off, and because I don't want to spoil all the levels. I want everybody, like, most people probably gonna watch this. I guarantee you, most people are gonna watch this like, oh, I really like R-type. I'm on the fence of should I pick this up, but like, so this is one of the best levels in the game, because it totally changes up the design and everything. Another, like, if you don't know what R-type is, again, like, R-type is more like a puzzle type shooter, where, oh, you die, you gotta try to figure out, like, what is the enemy I gotta kill, like, right here to get through this section. That's what R-type has always kind of been. I'm just gonna shut up for a second, because you really, this might be the best. I'm not gonna even shoot. This is the best track in the whole game. It's so good. I didn't find this level the first time round, and I was so mad. I was like, you know what? I don't like the game. I don't like the level designs. They're very basic, and they kind of are, but the last two levels kind of save it. This is obviously homage to the old R-type games. Anybody who's played like R-type 1 and 2 knows where this design comes from. So when you beat this thing here that I just destroyed there, that will give you like 4 like gems that you gotta collect, and that's how you pick like your branching paths. But yeah, because I didn't discover this level the first time round, I was like, no, the base levels are not that good. And I was like, oh no, you got a bad ending, that's why. But like, more levels needed to be like this. But like I said, that day 1 DLC, the levels are like this, like more detailed on this kind of pattern, and it goes more to that. R-type has always been a puzzle shooter. Like, so they're more puzzle-like levels. You know, and then you've only got like 2 of these in the game. Like, sure, you can say level 3 is that, kind of, but puzzle-like levels, there's only like 3 in the game, and there's 2 in the DLC day 1. So again, it may seem like I'm criticizing this game a lot. I would totally buy this game again, but like, I'm gonna stipulate, I'm a massive R-type fan. I've been waiting 18 years for another R-type game, so obviously I'm gonna buy it again. Do I think is like worth it at that price and everything? That's like another question in itself. You know, I believe they could have, like, I don't think the artwork looks great and everything like that, but still, like, for like your Call of Duty games that gets one every year, right? I've been waiting 18 years for an R-type game. But all of this stuff is probably more relevant to the casual fans, right? So, oh, I've never played an R-type game. There's gamers right now saying, I've never played an R-type game. I've never heard of R-type. What is this R-type you're talking about? To them, it might be a harder sell, you know? Again, this is on the easiest difficulty. Imagine playing this on normal or the hardest difficulty, and then it can get really frustrating. That's all I'm gonna say. I would totally pick that difficulty if I wasn't streaming, but you know, I wanna. God, the music is so good in this level. I don't even know if it's because the rest of the music I just didn't like, but like, it really did. Oh, it's so good. So like, half of the music, wise, half of it's good, half of it's not that good, and then like one of the levels is a great. Like, I could see me having this as my start music to my stream or something like that. So the music is kind of hit and miss as well. So, you know, if I was going to be critical and judge it, even though I said, oh, I would totally buy the game because I love R-Type. If I could say, well, the graphics are okay, the music's okay, the level design is okay, you know, is a okay shooter. But if you're R-Type fan, maybe you're going to be okay with okay because you've been waiting for so long, right? So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this in the future. If they're gonna continue to support it, it depends if this sells well. I still have my criticisms of Kickstarter. But I have my criticisms of Kickstarter. I just don't like that. I don't advertise Kickstarter. I don't like that formula. I think, you know, I want a fully produced, fully game that is fully out, and then you buy it or not when you see the final product. I can understand people have their frustrations around that, but that's like a total different conversation that I don't, you know, to the extent I don't even like to promote Kickstarters on the channel because it's Kickstarter, like, you know, or Indigo, like Steam Greenlights. If you invest in a thing and then the game doesn't fully come out to be what you want it to be, or you only get half a game, you know, there's so many other issues with that. But I wish they would have. My biggest criticism over the whole performance and everything, I can deal with all that. I wish the DLC levels was a part of the base part of the game. I can understand it's something cool for the Kickstarter backers, but you know, if you're just watching this video and you're like, oh, should I buy this game? You don't care about any of that stuff. You want to know what's in the base game. There is loads of replay there if you like unlocking the ships and seeing what the different like shoot patterns is for each ship. For me, that's enough. But again, massive R-Type fan. Let's go kids difficulty here. Hey, actually, you know what? Let's play. Yeah, no, I played on practice before. Let's play on normal difficulty. That's what probably everybody's gonna start. Oh wait, there's an intro demo here that I totally skipped. Like it shows you walking out your ship, whatever. It's kind of whatever. It's like that's why I skip it because it just takes too long to load in. This has been my favorite ship so far for two reasons. One, when should I get my helper? I'll show you. So there's a real cool mechanic with this ship is for your force pod. See, when I do a charge shot, the force pod also does the charge shot. That's so cool. This is why this might... But the only problem with this ship is the actual ship design is terrible. It's got like... It's like a weird, like, tentacle... Like, you know, trying to be like it's got mechanical arms on it or something. The ship is probably the ugliest ship in the game, but so far, out of all the ships I found, it's probably the most useful ship in the game because of that. Oh, when you're doing your charge shot, you can fire two, basically. Also, it probably has the best spread pattern when your force is not connected to you. Sound effects wise, I don't like. We played a lot of shooters on the Switch. I don't think that is sound effects for the shooting sound effects. This triggers me in a lot of shoot 'em ups. I'm just gonna straight up say I don't like them. Yeah, it's just Bungie and like, you know. See now when this force is fully charged up, look how useful this spread pattern is. You can see slowdown there. Yeah, the frame rate stuff hasn't been affecting me that much. The load times haven't been affecting me. I'm more oh, this is like also when you're doing your charge shot, if you see like the bounce lighting that they see here off of the surface and stuff, that's a cool effect. If you really are about, oh, I want this game looking like it's best, then probably, but obviously buy it on a different platform. PlayStation will probably be the way, or PC. If you want it for portability, then you'd probably get it here. Honestly, I think it's I can handle the load times. I think it's totally fine. It's just the graphic downgrade is the more issue for me. But then I would argue that, well, every single version, like the textures are kind of muddy, and the art ain't really that inspired. So, you know, you're gonna have a cleaner, muddier texture. Like man. Get it. If you want to get on Switch. Like, don't let the naysayers put you off to say, oh, the load times and the performance too bad, is like unplayable, whatever. If you ain't A/B in it, between left and right, you ain't gonna notice that much. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My main games we play on this stream is fighting games, so I'm like super susceptible to lag and all that stuff. You could see it, but it's not to the extent where it's totally I'm a puke and I'm putting this game down. I think people are making way too much out of that. In my opinion, what's going on is they're getting frustrated at the difficulty and they're dying so much, and then they're going, oh my god, I gotta wait 10 seconds for each death. But the problem isn't that, oh, it's 10-second load time. You know, that's not that long relative if you think about it. The problem is that the balancing of the difficulty is not right, that you're dying all the time. That's not me saying because you're bad. That's me saying because the balancing of the game ain't great. So if the balancing of the, like, if you felt like you wasn't being cheated with your deaths, then you wouldn't probably be getting that frustrated that you have to wait 10 seconds each time, right? Overall, do I like it? Yes. Is it my favorite R-Type game? No. Am I glad it exists? Yes. If you're on the fence about it, I can probably pick this up because it's not one of those limited run games, whatever, right? Where you have this, you gotta buy it now or it's done, and then you're gonna find it on eBay for triple the price a couple of years later. It's always it's on digital. I think you can get physical also. There's a couple of physical versions that come with like different. I don't know if that's actually just Kickstarter or backer. I think there's different versions that come with like art books and soundtracks and stuff. I can definitely see this as, like, if you like to collect games and stuff, I can see this being one of those that in a couple of years time is worth way more. But yeah, even with all those issues, and then would I, if this wasn't a review copy, if this was my own money, would I get this? Yes. Am I enjoying it? Yes. Would I still be kind of frustrated with some of the problems? Absolutely. But you know, if you're a R-Type fan, and if you're a side scroller or a horizontal shooter fan, because most shoot 'em ups that come out are verts, right? We don't get a lot of these, so we're starved for this content anyway. So, you know, I don't want to say better than nothing. That makes the game sound like, oh my god, it's next level garbage or anything like that. No, absolutely not. I would give it a 7. You know, if you're an R-Type fan, that 7 would move up to a 7.5 or 8. If you just play all types of shooters and everything, and you play everything of that in that genre, then you're gonna be like, yeah, all right, it's a 7. All right, so there you have it. I'm gonna look at 1 or 2 questions from my chat. If I think they're, we're gonna make a highlight of this video again because I don't want it to. There's only so much I can show before I spoil the entire game. I think they're relevant to the. Oh, this would be good to have in the video because people might want to notice. We'll add this in. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, I'll answer a couple of questions at the end. If not, we'll call it for this. And if you want to see a longer version of this video, we'll probably play this for a couple of hours on Twitch and just like unlock ships and stuff. I'm finding that super fun to do. Uh-oh. I mean, if you're in the Twitch chat or you're on YouTube, didn't you used to call this carpet power when you was a kid? Don't lie, okay? Don't tell me you knew the fancy names for the force powers and everything. You called it carpet. It's like a carpet. Come on. And it's even given carpet burn. Did carpets even exist in America? All right, it's a joke, chat. Calm down. Did carpets even exist there? Do Americans even know what I'm talking about? Like, what is this carpet that he keeps talking about? Rug. Rug. I call it carpet. I'm just saying. All right, let's charge up. Okay, that didn't work. Came out the wrong way. But see what I mean by like puzzle type right now? Like this is the boss. Like all of the bosses are pretty cool. there's always some like puzzle technique of how you gotta defeat them. So you know, this ain't like your bullet hell, right? That you're just constantly, sure, on a higher difficulty you're just constantly dodging bullets, but there is more of a, oh, this is the trick to beat this level, and I've got to hide in this corner to get past this section, and then that's how I beat it. A lot of people have been criticizing this next level. I think this level borrows off of R-Type from the Game Boy, right? That's the first R-Type I can remember with having a ship level that you go around. We're gonna quickly show this off. It's funny because I didn't realize this. I was like, oh, this is one of my favorite levels in the game because I remember this from the Game Boy game, right? This is what this is paying homage to. But then apparently there's criticisms about this level that is like one of the most bland levels, but it's one of my favorite levels because it's just not go. And also now you'll see why I say I don't really like the bullet sounds in the ship. Like defeating some of those enemies, the bullet sounds don't sound great. But yeah, this is my favorite level because like it's not just you go left to right. That like there's more to the level, so I can look past of like the artwork and everything in the level. Hold on. Oh god. See, now you see why this helper is the best. And literally go around it like this and be fully safe. Nobody can touch me. All right, I promise after this I'm gonna look at 1-2 questions from chat and then we're gonna call it. And then it'll be like a 4-hour stream of this on Twitch for a couple of weeks if you're interested. Oh no. Okay, that's what happens when you show off. Yeah, I would say for hours I've put into this, I've probably played it 15 hours off stream. And I usually wow, something hit me from the back. Usually we do first looks here. So last thing I would say, because of the difficulty stuff, like you know how you build up your dosa or dose is like you eat bullets and you go into certain enemies. I find that like on higher difficulties I'm not doing that at all. I'm just trying to survive. But like on easy, like the lowest 2 difficulties, I'm even doing that more. See, like on normal, or even on normal, I'm not being able to do that. So there's certain mechanics in the game that I'm not really taking to full use of. But like on the lowest 2 difficulties, like that's where I'm having more fun with it. The first couple of times you complete the game, depending on the difficulty, you only get a certain amount of continues. The more you play it, you unlock like stuff like infinite continues. Just keep that in mind. So the game really is made that the first couple of times you play it for the first couple of hours, if you play it on the standard difficulty, you know, the checkpoint system is kind of broken. You don't get infinite continues and everything. So your first couple of times until you like learn the game is just made to be frustrating. This is why people have been saying like, you know, I can understand like you've made it like those. Oh my god, get out of here! No. Like you've made it like those classic R-Type games, but it can be made to be frustrating, right? Like me as a hardcore R-Type player, I'm playing on practice and kids. Should have called it easy, by the way. Because it's just more fun. It's just fun. I think like unlocking the ships is like the fun part of the game for me. So grinding and seeing the different patterns and all that. Like maybe when they balance that out for it's so hard to talk and play. Maybe when they balance that out for the checkpointing system later, that like here's a prime example of like if you're on a higher difficulty, you know, everybody could say in the comments, oh, just get good, bro. But like if you're on a higher difficulty and then you can just get like stuck and there's like nothing you can do because you haven't got a helper here, and you totally need one here, right, to get through this. Like this is just normal difficulty. Imagine it was on anything higher than that. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this, if you do pick this up, don't be ashamed to go on that higher, lower difficulty. It's more fun. All right, we're gonna exit out here. I think I literally discussed everything here. So we showed off like the first 3 levels, and then I showed off my favorite level. There's 2 levels I haven't shown off here. 2 of the alternate path levels I haven't shown off here. You know how quickly I'm gonna do I want to spoil this? Like maybe if you're on the fence, I kind of will here, because from what I remember, I can't remember R-Type Final 1, you know? I don't know where I was when I played that. I might play that at a friend's house. I don't think I fully played it all the way through. Everybody's gonna say, well, as a crazy R-Type fan, you're telling me you haven't played Final 1? Whatever. I was out there playing Delta 1, okay? Whatever. While you was playing Final 1. I haven't seen this done in R-Type games before. So this would be the last level if you get the good ending. And so it'd be cool to show this off, because like graphically the level doesn't look great, but the design of this level is like very cool, because there's this like thing that is constantly trying to suck you in, and it follows you throughout the level. The music's cool on the level, and it's like a different type of puzzle design, that's R-Type's at its best when it's doing that, right? R-Type's not trying to be a bullet hell shooter or even a normal shooter. It knows what its strengths and weaknesses are, and people, wow, how did that not hit me? Oh, one thing I will say that I think the hitboxes for the ship might be too big, you know? Like slightly too big. So there's this enemy, so every time it goes through one of those rock piles, it gets stronger and stronger. So yeah, I haven't really seen that being done before, unless I missed it in Final 1. That's why I'm really liking this level, unless it's happening in one of the other R-Type games. I'm old, I can't remember. That's why I really like this level, and I didn't even find this level on my first playthrough. I'm just saying, if you find 7-2 on your first playthrough, maybe I don't know, maybe on your first playthrough they should make it where you can't find the bad ending, because it can be really disheartening. But after I found a good ending, I was like, oh, this is great, this is a great ending. But yeah, the design of this level is like very good, to the extent where I could say, not the look of this level, graphically, I could say the design of this level might be one of my favorite designs of any of the R-Type games. Like the way how the boss works, you know, that enemy that is constantly getting powered up and everything. It's like really cool. Yeah, my hope for this game is obviously they continue to work on it, and if they fix those technical difficulties, they balance it out more. I really would like to see them to continue to, like, after they finish with that season pass, whatever they're gonna do there, they continue to support this game, to like add more content to it. Because are we gonna see another R-Type game? I don't know. It took 3 Kickstarters to fully get it kickstarted, so, and then they was all confident and they thought they can get it done in one week. That never happened, so that just goes to show you, right? Like, it was just, maybe the IP was just dormant for too long. There you go. I don't wanna fully spoil this level. I'll let you enjoy this if you do pick it up. There you have it. That was a first look at R-Type Final 2. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch. Once again, keep in mind this is a review copy provided by the publisher. This will be going up as a highlight over on Twitch, YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, let me know, what do you think? Do you like this? Do you know of what you've seen of it? One thing I will say is probably go check out those DLC levels. Somebody's probably put some video up. Don't forget, we got a community Discord. We got a Twitter. I got a Twitter where I post all the time. I stream a couple of times a week over on Twitch. All that information will be in the description. If you like the video, don't forget to drop a like. Hit that follow or subscribe button depending on where you're watching, and turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. I'd appreciate it very much. If you want to see a longer version of this video, we're going to be playing for a couple of hours. I'll be over on Twitch for a couple of weeks. Other than that, though, we're going to call it with this one. Much love. Peace. Ooh, shiny, shiny. Hold on. Oh, this is a cool level because you're going down. So this is more like Delta 1 and R-Type 3, right? Oh, God. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, so good. Dude, okay, 6-1 is pretty good. No, why did I pick that up? Uh-oh. Professional gamer chat, also playing on easy, but also professional gamer, also playing on easy, also professional gamer, also playing on easy. All right, survive. Hold on. Oh, cool level. There's not much going on. You're only going straight down, but at least it's different enough from everything else we've seen of go left to right. Oh, no! I was talking to chat and blaming you. God damn it, chat. Why can't you leave me alone? No! The frames. All right, take it back. This is the most fun. Oh, no. Oh, my God. This is horrible. Holy moly. This is like 15 frames a second. Okay, I take everything I said back about, oh, it's not that. The frames ain't that bad. Why are people complaining? All right. I didn't even know you had to shoot that. I was just releasing the piece. All right, this is an interesting level that needs a lot of work. Wait, what's play? Original course. Oh, wow. That is so... Hold on. Oh, that's so good. I actually really like that. Wait, can you do it here? Change these tower shows this. Oh, that's cool. The original course. So you can basically, chat, you can pick like how you want it to go. Okay, hold on. So just like put the best levels in, right?